Welcome back to my vlog of a building in Ubon, Ratchathani. This is my new house, which we hope to be moving in sometime in October, November. I think November. Just got to wait for the ceremony to happen. As the title suggests, this covers day 238 and 239. Just showing you this little area here because we went back down to the nursery again last weekend and got some more plants. So Woz has been repotting, removing, replacing general plants around the place. Spent another 2,000 baht down there. I think that takes it to about maybe 4,500 baht we've spent on plants, which, if you look at, seems to be pretty good to me. I know for sure you wouldn't get this many plants in Australia for that much. There's the Sulla again. Got a bit of a problem with white ants there, but I think I've given them a spray, so we should be able to get rid of them. We hope so anyway. I'll keep an eye on that. There's a couple of new plants Woz has put in. She says these are all edible and go in cooking, so should add a bit of flavour to anything I cook up. That water tank there in the pump, I was speaking to the builders about building a lean-to over that, so we'll put a lean-to over maybe 6 metres long, so we can also include some place for hanging clothing for drying out there, so it should be okay. As you can see here, the fence is just about completed. Just needs to be tidied up in a few things, get a bit of dags off the welding and tidy it up and do a bit of painting, give it some nice colours. We'll go for black for the metalwork and white for the fence. White's a bit of a problem here because it gets dirty fairly quickly, but might give me something to do once a year to touch up the paint on the area where it starts to go crappy. As I was saying, you can see some dags on the welding, needs to be cleaned up on that. But it seems to be a pretty good fence. I suppose proof is in the pudding, see how long it lasts for. You can also see we've got the mesh down there for the cement guys to come in, which is coming up very soon in this, but before we'll do that, we'll just have another look at some plants that Woz has placed around. She's put a couple in her cellar there and put those hanging things up there, which I quite like the look of. They make a rattle in the noise in the wind, so it's quite nice sounding stuff there. Bit of a plant sitting on the desk. I looked at that plant today and it turned its toes up. So I don't know what happened there. Maybe not enough water or something. Who knows? But I'm sure Woz will try and get it back to life again. She seems to be pretty good on the plant stuff. She's even put 1 or 2 plants in my knockdown for me. But the greenery never goes astray. Here you can see the cement truck's finally arrived. That's the builder standing there next to Woz, the blue with the woman with the hat on. She's the boss of the builders. That's Woz standing there with white. This is taken from my knockdown. I couldn't be bothered getting off my bum to get down there and do any vision, but I eventually do. There we go. Look, I've moved. So this stuff comes in at 600 baht a square metre. Whether that's a good price or what, I'm not really sure. I'm sure someone will tell me whether I've been ripped off or whether I've got a good price. We've used these guys for all the concrete we've done around the place. They're pretty good with it. Always get there on time. The cement mixer always comes when he's ordered, when he's required, and we did some work with a couple of ringing guys once, and you kind of go, you ring this bloke up and say, look, I need a truckload of concrete, and he's there within half an hour. I don't know if you'd get that kind of service in Australia anymore. You might have to wait a week or so to get something like that. But anyway, I'm not in Australia anymore, so it doesn't really matter. So these guys are going to continue working. We're going to do some brick paving above that bloke's head. We're going to put brick paving down there where he's moved. So around the place there's going to be an awful lot of brick paving, an awful lot of concrete, which probably add to the heat. We'll put a lot of pot plants around to try and break it down a bit. But some people have said to me, why didn't you go for grass or put some lawn down there? I spent 45 years mowing my lawn in Australia. After 45 years, I sold the house and moved into an apartment, and the main turning points of that was I never had to mow lawn again. So I really don't want to have to start looking after lawn/grass in my retirement years, that's for sure. I might shut up for a couple of minutes, just you guys can just watch these guys throwing a bit of concrete around, and I'll come back when I've got something more to say. See how we go. I think this is just about coming to an end. There's a guy just tidying up the areas for the step up. That step's a bit of a way. We were planning on bringing the scooter in there, but it might be too high. I saw another vlogger come a cropper on his scooter when he first tried to enter through his gate at his house. Anyway, that's it. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch. Next one will probably be some brick paving and maybe the lean-to going up over the water tank. Thank you for taking the time, and I'll see you again soon.